Beloved soul, you are not here by accident. You clicked on this message because your spirit was guided by divine light. The angels are speaking today, and they want you to hear this. There is a reason God brought you and this person together. And when you uncover that reason, it will shock your heart, open your spirit, and change the way you see your connection forever. You see, nothing in your life has been random. Every encounter, every bond, every relationship, whether joyful or painful, has been designed to teach, to shape, and to prepare you. But when it comes to the one person God has brought into your life, this goes deeper than chance. This is destiny, the angels are saying. The person who has entered your path is not ordinary. They carry a soul contract with you, a sacred assignment that stretches beyond what your mind can easily understand. Their presence in your life is not only for love, companionship, or friendship, it is for divine alignment. Let us dive deeper. God never allows two souls to meet without purpose. Some people appear only for a season, but others arrive as eternal anchors. The angels are revealing that this person is part of your soul's blueprint. Their existence beside you is part of heaven's grand design. Maybe you've asked yourself, why them? Why now? Why do I feel this pull that I cannot explain? The answer is this: God brought you together because your souls recognize each other beyond this lifetime. Before you've even arrived in this world, your spirits whispered promises in the realms of eternity. The angels say the real shock will come when you realize that the reason for this divine union is not about what you gain, it's about what you become. This person was sent to awaken your hidden strength, to mirror the love you carry inside, to challenge the places where fear still lives, to walk beside you as God's promises unfold. Sometimes the bond feels intense. Sometimes it feels confusing. But the angels remind you this intensity exists because heaven placed a key within their spirit that unlocks a door inside yours. That's why you cannot ignore them. That's why they linger in your heart, no matter how much time passes. That's why every prayer you send out about your future seems to circle back to this connection. Angels whisper, you were not brought together simply to love. You were brought together to elevate. Think about it. When God joins two people, it's not just to bring happiness, it's to bring transformation. You begin to see yourself differently, to grow beyond your limits, to heal wounds you never realized were still bleeding. This person may have been placed in your life to teach you forgiveness, to show you the power of patience, to ignite your faith, or to reveal what unconditional love feels like, the shock. Dear soul, is that God's reason is always bigger than your own. You may have thought this was about romance or companionship, but heaven is showing you it is about destiny. Together, you are meant to fulfill a spiritual mission that touches more lives than your own. The angels say you might have already noticed signs confirming that this connection is heaven sent. 1. Synchronicities. Seeing repeating numbers like 1111 or 222 when you think of them. 2. Dreams and visions. Meeting them in your sleep as if your souls speak when your bodies rest. 3. Unexplainable bond, a feeling of home, as though you've known them forever. 4. Spiritual activation. They inspire you to pray more, to seek God, and to grow into your higher self. 5. Divine timing, even if life tried to keep you apart. Circumstances brought you back together. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that heaven has authored your story. Beloved, the angels want you to hold this truth in your heart. The reason God brought you together is not small. It is not random. It is a masterpiece written by the divine himself. And as we continue in this message, we will go deeper into uncovering exactly what role this person plays in your destiny and how their presence is shaping the path God has prepared for you. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover next may be the answer to prayers you've been whispering for years. Beloved soul, let us go deeper into the divine mystery. The angels are revealing something powerful. The timing of your meeting is not a mistake. It may have felt sudden, unexpected, or even inconvenient, but heaven arranged it with perfect precision. God's timing is always divine. When He brings two souls together, it is not early, and it is never lated. It is exactly when both spirits are ready to recognize, receive, and activate the blessing. You may have waited years. You may have gone through heartbreaks, disappointments, or long seasons of loneliness. And then, suddenly, this person appeared. The angels want you to understand, though that waiting was preparation. Every tear, every rejection, every closed door was God shaping your heart, clearing your vision, and preparing your soul for what He was about to send. Think of it this way. If you had met this person before, maybe you would not have been ready to embrace them. Maybe your wounds would have blocked the blessing. Maybe you would not have recognized the gift. But now, heaven saw that the soil of your spirit was ready. And so, this soul was planted into your life. The angels say this: before God releases destiny, He allows tests, perhaps you went through, seasons of loneliness to show you that love is not desperation, but divine connection. Seasons of heartbreak to teach you the difference between counterfeit love and real, God-sent love. Seasons of waiting to build your patience and trust in God's plan. And now, the reason for these tests is being revealed. The person God sent is part of your reward. The shock for your heart is realizing that every unanswered prayer was not a denial, it was preparation. Every time you felt forgotten, you were actually being aligned with your true blessing. The angels are clear. This person is not just in your life for companionship, they are in your life for spiritual elevation. Here's what that means. They are a mirror. They reflect your strengths and your weaknesses, helping you see yourself clearly. They are a catalyst. They activate parts of your spirit that you never knew were there. They are a teacher. Through their presence, you learn patience, forgiveness, unconditional love, divine surrender. They are a partner in destiny. Your paths are meant to align so that together, you can fulfill a greater purpose that blesses others. Sometimes, the connection may feel overwhelming. You might ask, why does my soul feel this way? The answer is that your spirit recognizes their assignment in your life heaven when your mind cannot fully explain it. Beloved, understand this. God does not always bring two people together because it makes sense to the world. He brings them together because it makes sense to His plan. That is why sometimes the connection feels unusual. You may come from different backgrounds, different journeys, or different places in life. And yet, the pull between your souls cannot be denied. The angels say this is the mark of divine alignment. When heaven writes the story, it doesn't always follow human rules. It follows God's rules, and God's plan is always higher than ours. The angels whispered these answers. Why now? Because you are spiritually mature enough to carry this blessing. Why you? Because your heart is ready to walk in divine love, not just earthly attachment. Why them? Because their soul holds a key to unlock parts of your destiny that no one else can. This is why your meeting feels so different. This is why your heart cannot let go. Because heaven's fingerprint is on this union. Here is the part that will truly shock your heart. God did not only bring this person for your happiness, He brought them for your transformation. Your connection is not about surviving life, it's about fulfilling destiny. Together, you are meant to pray deeper, love purer, forgive quicker, shine brighter. The angels say this person has been placed in your path to elevate your soul closer to God. Their love, their presence, their connection with you, it is a divine instrument to awaken your highest self. So, beloved soul, do not doubt this connection. Do not question why God allowed your paths to cross. The reason is bigger than romance, bigger than companionship. The reason is divine transformation. And as we move forward, we will uncover the next revelation, how this union is connected to your future blessings, your destiny, and the greater purpose God is calling you to fulfill together. Beloved, the angels are revealing another sacred truth. This person is not only part of your present, they are deeply woven into your future. The reason God brought you together is not just about today. It is about the blessings that will unfold tomorrow, the path you will walk side by side, and the ripple effect your union will have on others around you. The angels whisper. You were brought together to become a vessel of blessing. This means that your connection is not only for your joy, is meant to overflow into the lives of others. When two God-aligned souls unite, they radiate energy that heals, uplifts, and inspires. Your love is not silent. It sends a vibration into the world that touches even those who may never know your names. Think of it as a candle. Alone, one candle gives light. But when another candle is lit from the first, the light doubles, triples, and spreads. This is what happens when you and this person unite. The light of God shines brighter through you. The angels say that one of the greatest reasons God brought you together is because your destinies interlock. You may have different gifts, different callings, or different strengths, but together they create balance. Where you may feel weak, they carry strength. Where they lack courage, you provide faith. Your assignment is not only about personal love, it's about joint impact. Perhaps together you will build a family rooted in faith, create a safe place where others find hope, serve your community with compassion, inspire others to believe in love that comes from God. Your mission will not look like anyone else's, because heaven custom designed it for the two of you. Beloved, the angels are showing me a vision of your future. They say, do not be afraid of what lies ahead, for God has already written your story with victory. This person is part of that victory. With them, you will find stability where once there was uncertainty, joy where once there were tears. Growth where once there was stagnation, faith where once there was doubt. Your future together will not always be easy. No divine path ever is. But the angels promise that your connection is strong enough to withstand storms because it was built on God's foundation. One of the reasons this union will shock your heart is that it will not only change your circumstances, it will change your spirit. The angels say, this connection will teach you to love like God loves, without conditions. It will stretch your patience, because true love takes time to unfold. It will deepen your faith, because at times you will need to lean on God to hold everything together. Through this process, you will realize that your relationship is not a worldly one, it is spiritual. It is a daily invitation to rise above ego, fear, and pride, and to step into compassion, humility, and trust. Beloved, here is another shocking truth. God brought you together so that your love could become a mirror of His own love. When you forgive one another, you reflect God's mercy. When you uplift one another, you reflect God's encouragement. When you pray for one another, you reflect God's protection. Your relationship becomes a living testimony to others that true love still exists, and that when God writes the story, the ending is always beautiful. The angels are clear. Nothing could stop this union from coming together, not distance, not delay, not even opposition. You may have noticed obstacles trying to block your path, misunderstandings that tried to break your bond, or circumstances that seemed impossible. But still, here you are, drawn back to one another. Why? Because when God ordains something, no force of darkness can undo it. Isaiah 14:27 says, for the Lord Almighty has purposed, and who can thwart Him? This is why you feel such certainty deep inside your heart, because heaven itself has sealed your connection. Beloved soul, as we close this stage, the angels want you to know your future with this person is not fragile. It is protected. It is not ordinary, it is sacred. It is not temporary, it is eternal together. You will walk a path that shocks your heart with joy, surprises your soul with blessings, and elevates your spirit closer to God. Beloved soul, we have reached the heart of this message. The angels are now revealing the deepest truth, the ultimate reason God brought you and this person together. It is this: your union is a living expression of divine love, a testimony written by heaven itself, and a bridge between earth and the eternal. God did not bring you together simply to ease your loneliness. He did not unite your paths simply to give you happiness. Those are blessings, yes, but they are not the full truth. The ultimate reason is this: you were brought together to fulfill a covenant that was spoken over your souls long before you came into this world. Your spirits recognized one another because they had already agreed in eternity. When the time is right, we will find each other again. And together, we will walk in God's purpose. This is why the bond feels unbreakable. This is why, no matter the obstacles, something always pulls you back. You are living out a sacred promise that your souls once made before the throne of God. The shock, dear one, is realizing that this union is not only about you, it is about something far greater. It is about legacy. Together, you will create a legacy of love, faith, and light that will outlive you. It is about impact. Your love will touch life's family, friends, even strangers who are inspired by your bond. It is about eternity. This connection will not end when this life does. It stretches into forever because it was birthed in the eternal. God has written your love story as part of His grand design. And when you step fully into this truth, your heart will overflow with awe and gratitude. The angels want you to know that this union is divinely protected. Yes, challenges will come. Yes, tests will rise. But heaven has placed a shield around your connection. Every time fear whispers that you may lose them, remember what God has joined together. No one can separate. Mark 10:9. This does not mean the journey will be easy. It means the journey will be worth it. Each test will make your love stronger. Each storm will make your faith deeper. And each victory will remind you that God is walking with you both. Beloved, the angels say your love is not just earthly, it reflects the kingdom of heaven. When you love selflessly, you reflect God's endless mercy. When you support one another, you reflect God's faithfulness. When you grow together, you reflect God's glory. This is why your love feels sacred, because it is. You were chosen to show the world what divine union looks like when God Himself is the author. So, what do you do with this truth? The angels give 3 instructions. Cherish the connection. Do not take it for granted. Honor the fact that heaven aligned your paths. Protect the connection. Pray over it daily. Shield it with faith. And do not allow negativity to weaken it. Grow within the connection. Let it push you closer to God, deeper into faith, and higher into your divine purpose. This person was not sent to distract you. They were sent to elevate you. Their presence in your life is a constant reminder that God answers prayers, even in ways that shock the heart. Beloved, here is the final revelation. The reason God brought you together is because your souls are partners in His eternal story. Together, you are not only meant to love, you are meant to shine. You are not only meant to comfort, you are meant to awaken. You are not only meant to be happy, you are meant to be holy, united in purpose, and destined for greatness. This is the truth that will shock your heart. You are living out a piece of heaven's plan. As you hold this message, remember, you are chosen. This love is chosen. And the reason you are together is far beyond what you ever imagined. Whenever you feel doubt, whenever you feel fear, return to this truth. God Himself wrote your story. And because of that, nothing can erase it. Beloved soul, if this message has touched your heart, know this was not by accident. The angels guided you here because you were meant to hear this today. And if you want to continue receiving divine guidance, messages from heaven, and truths that will uplift your spirit and strengthen your faith, then I invite you now, become part of this growing family of light, where every message brings you closer to your destiny, to your soulmate, and to God's divine plan for your life. Click subscribe, share this with someone you love, and let the angels continue to speak into your journey. Because, beloved, your story is not over, it's only just beginning. And heaven is walking with you every step of the way.